Hi, my name is Kevin Fernandez, and welcome to my channel, Genie. Today, we're going to be doing our top 10 kind of cooperative games list. And what do I mean by that? These are games that are cooperative, but there's elements of betrayal and backstabbing and everything, so you can have a lot of fun betraying your teammates. Let's call them that. I do want to point out before we get started, number one, this is my opinion, so don't get offended if these are in the wrong order or whatever. But number two, these are in the order of whatever pops into my head at the time. It's not how I like them or how I not like them. It's just what came into my head at the time. I also want to point out that we are not using a mic because we've been having a little bit of technical difficulties with the mics and the camera. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this. I'll probably ask you again when we get to the end of this video to see if you guys went from start to finish or even made it all the way to the end. But, I got my list. Let's count down. Okay, so number 10 is a game called Cutthroat Caverns. This was my first game I ever was introduced to this whole genre of games where you can betray your companions, your partners, your teammates, your compadres, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. You each get to pick a character. You have a set of life. You can get damaged by, goblins, and, you got all sorts of different types of creatures. They always have goblins. But, you got, I can't remember what all of them were. But you got monsters coming at you, but at any time you could also be like, well, I want that piece of treasure that you got, stabby, stabby, and then take it away. You can kill them and take all their stuff off of them. It's pretty fun, and you never know who's going to be that first person who's going to be like, I just want to betray them all and take everything. So, yeah, that's number 10, Cutthroat Caverns. Alright, so number 9 is the game Legendary Encounters. In this game, you play as you use characters from the Alien series, and I'm assuming some of the stuff from Predator. I believe there is an expansion with Predator guys. But in this game, it's pretty much the same thing. You have to survive with the xenomorphs coming after you and everything, and, I played this a long time ago at Gen Con when it was first released, so my memory's kind of hazy. But I have played this game before. The reason why this one's on the list and not Marvel Legendary or even the original Legendary is because this has a betrayal thing where you can actually legitimately attack the other players in the game, which I thought was pretty cool, and it really adds to the theme of, the aliens and all that stuff. So, yeah, there you go. Number 9, Legendary Encounters. Alright, number 8 is Game of Thrones, the Living Card Game, 2nd Edition. And this game, I think, is really fun. I do like 1st Edition for one reason more than 2nd Edition. But, after I played 2nd Edition, I'll say the reason, okay? I like how 1st Edition had already pre-constructed decks ready to go, all set. You didn't have to really do anything. This 2nd Edition, you kind of had to construct decks. You also had to do kind of half and half. I am what people would call a deck-building purist. Whenever I play games where you build a deck, I always want to have it, of one type. So if I'm building a Magic deck, like for Magic the Gathering, I'm going to pick one color. So like blue or green or, or red or black or white. I'm going to pick one of those 5 colors. I'm not going to, combine them. I have a couple of combined colored decks, but I don't really like combining them. Same thing with, Pokemon. If I'm going to build a Pokemon deck, excuse me, if I'm going to build a Pokemon deck, I want it to be of one type. I want it to be a water type deck, a grass type deck, a fire type deck. You know, and there's about like 19 different types now. Back when I was a kid, there was like, I think 5. But they keep adding new stuff. But my point is, when I build a deck for Game of Thrones, in first edition or whatever, I want it to be Stark, Lannister, Baratheon, you know. Especially in this game because, you know, a lot of cards work better if you're with the same house. So if I have, you know, like a Stark deck, and then I have a little splash of Baratheon, it doesn't, like, once the Baratheon starts popping up, it's not going to really help me. And those guys, those houses were allies in the books and everything, so. But, you know, whatever. Number 8, Game of Thrones, Living Card Game, 2nd edition. Okay, so number 7 is Obscurio. Obscurio is like Mysterium. You do have to interpret pictures and everything, but you work together more as a team to try to get out. However, and I'm strictly speaking with the 4-player mode, not the, you know, 3 and below. However, you do have a wizard that is a spy, a snitch. He follows the Dark Wizard, you know, and he's trying, and he or she are trying to mess you up. It's all determined randomly, so we don't know who's the traitor until we start playing, until we really start playing and everything, we can start deducing. But, you know, once we do, that character can be out of the game. They stop messing with us. But, you know, you could also eliminate all your partners, too. So then it would just be you and the traitor. It's like, now I get it. Now that everybody's been eliminated, that one guy sitting in the corner chewing on his fingernails, that's the guy. We all thought he was innocent, but he's not. So, you know, it's a really fun game. There's different ways it can challenge you as well without just having the traitor. But, you know, that's it. Number 7, Obscurio. All right, number 6 is The Resistance. The Resistance is a game that you can have, like, I think 9 players or something like that in it. But it's really fun. You have all these missions to try to put everything right again. You know, you're secret agents and you're going through that. It's kind of like a Maze Runner kind of, you know, dystopian future kind of thing. You're trying to, you know, betray the company and all that stuff. But there are some spies that got into the Resistance, and they're trying to mess you up, so that way you can get, like, arrested, put in jail, and you squish out any signs of any hope from a Resistance or rebel force or whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty fun. I do want to give a little bit of a warning. If you are new to this game and, like, everybody knows each other in, like, this gaming group, they will come after you. I'm not kidding. They will come after you. We went to this gaming group at Blue Box Cafe in Elgin, and, yeah, they went after us. They went after us like hungry dogs. They were just like, you! And, yeah, and we're like, we're new. Come on. Can't you give us, like, a little bit? And like, no, you're new, so therefore you're the traitor. And I'm like, and we're just like, okay. Well, and then it turns out I wasn't a traitor. I was actually an ally, like I kept on saying. But Jordan was a traitor. She had the red card. So it was an interesting thing. So yeah, number 6, Resistance. Okay, so now we go from sci-fi to fantasy with our number 5 pick, Once Upon a Time. In this game, you're telling a story. You're telling a fairy tale story. You're adding cards as you go along, but any time one of your... I don't really know how to describe the people in Once Upon a Time because they technically are opponents still. But they can interrupt you and they can say, and you know... And then the troll's nose started dripping boogers all over it while the warts were popping out and there was just a big bloody mess or whatever. But as you go through this, people can people can interrupt you and everything. And the whole goal, the reason why this is kind of cooperative, because you need to be cooperative to build upon the story as you go down the road. However, each player has a different ending. So it could be, and then the wolf never shaved his face again, or, and then that's why the trolls never wear underwear to this day, or, and the witch, and the good triumphed over evil. Sometimes it's very basic, sometimes it's a little more complex, so you have to kind of think of how you're going to get to there. I really enjoy this game. Jordan really enjoys this game. She's nodding in agreement off camera. But yeah, number 5, Once Upon a Time. Alright, number 4 is Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition. Both of the games I mentioned, the living card game and that, are done by Fantasy Flight. So gonna cost you. But really fun. I believe it's worth the price. You get to pick a different houses, and then after that it's like risk, but then you have you get bonuses. If someone has the Valerian sword, they get a bonus in battle. If someone has the Iron Throne, they get a political bonus. You get all sorts of different cool bonuses, and you can team up with each other, but then no matter what, the wildlings will eventually attack, and you all have to team up to defend your lands against their attacks. You can clearly tell where this is in the story, if wildlings are attacking you. But it's fun. It's got nice wooden pieces, no plastic or anything, and you got ships too. Ships. You need to take a look at your navy as well as your military and your cavalry. But that's why number 4 is Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition. Alright, so number 3 is Bioshock Infinite, Siege of Columbia. And this one's another Risk-esque kind of game, except the difference is you vote on who gets the bonuses, and the first person to get all their experience points or victory points done is the winner. And there's a 4-player mode, and this is where the cooperative comes in, because you work with another player to defeat another set of players. And you can play as the Vox Populi or the Founders. In my opinion, this is one of those neither side is the villain. They both think that they're right, but neither side is the true villain, and they both did really terrible things to do that. But you got to check out the video game to kind of understand that a bit. But the board game, super fun. Number 3, Bioshock Infinite, Siege of Columbia. Alright, number 2 is Kingdom Hearts Talisman. Kingdom Hearts Talisman is based off of the video game series, so you get to play as all these different characters from Kingdom Hearts, like Sora, Riku, and Kairi, but you can also play as Disney characters like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. So if you are familiar with Kingdom Hearts, then you have that to look forward to. But if you're not familiar with Kingdom Hearts, but is familiar with Disney, then you got the Disney characters you can focus on. But if you're not familiar with neither Disney nor Kingdom Hearts, this is not the game for you, because you need to get familiar with at least one of them to probably enjoy it a bit. But this one, you get to help out people by giving potions and different items and stuff and helping them along the board. However, only one person can make it to the dead center in the door to darkness on the board and be that winner. Now, just because you make it to the center, that doesn't mean that you're the winner. It just means you have the higher potential to be the winner. So it does have all that stuff. There is some betrayal. There is some helping out. But, that's why number 2, Kingdom Hearts Talisman. Alright, number 1 is the game Bang. And Bang is a Western gunslinging game where you play as deputies, sheriffs, and various bandits. And you have to figure out who are all the bad guys and kill them with dynamite, guns, and, normal stuff that you use in the West to kill people. This is definitely, it's a wild Western game. So if you like Western movies, this is a definitely good one for you. Or if you like Quentin Tarantino films like Django Unchained and The Hateful Eight, this is also a game for you. Or if you just like to kind of guess who's the traitor. However, there could be a problem because you could shoot the sheriff, but the good news is you did not shoot the deputy, so you're good on that one. Bang is really fun. I played it a long time ago with some friends back when I was in high school. Oh boy, that was a long time ago. I'm not in high school anymore. But yep, that's it. Number 1, Bang. Well, that's my whole list of my top 10 kind of cooperative games. If there's any games that you thought of that has that kind of a theme to it, where it's cooperative but not really, just put that down in the comments below. I'm interested to hear your opinions about it. And I want to hear I want to hear your list. I want to hear, like maybe there's a game I missed. Maybe there's a game I want to try, like sometime in the future. Just put all that stuff down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button down there and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like these. And be on the lookout for my next How to Play video. It could be based off of one of the games I just mentioned. I know there's already one out there where we did one on Kingdom Hearts. So you can check that out. I'll probably leave a link up in this video. But we'll see you in the next one. But until then, thanks for the views.